Hello, pre-algebra students. We are going to begin to look at absolute value today. So we spent a lot of time talking about addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division over the last couple of days. The next operation we want to look at is the absolute value. The first thing here that we need to know is that the absolute value is going to describe the distance of a number on the number line from 0 without considering which direction from 0 the number line lies. So the absolute value is never going to be negative. And the reason that is because when we talk about a distance, it doesn't matter what direction we go, it's always a positive. So it doesn't matter if you walk 5 blocks north from your house or 5 blocks south from your house, you still walked 5 blocks. The same as if you walked 5 blocks to the east or 5 blocks to the west, that direction does not change. So when I look here, the absolute value of -3 is 3 because it's 3 units from 0. The absolute value of 5 is 5 because, again, we walked 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units from 0. And lastly, the absolute value of 0 is 0 because we haven't moved anywhere. Okay, so when I look at the absolute value of -6, -6 lives right here on the number line. Here is my 0. I'll highlight that I want to look at. So how far is it from -6 to 0? Well, I can count. It's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 units away from 0. So the absolute value of -6 is going to be 6. I can then look at, for example, 2, the absolute value of 1. Positive 1 is right here. The distance between 0 and 1 is 1. So the absolute value of 1 is going to be 1. So example 3 is a little bit more challenging because I have something inside the absolute value that I need to simplify. So the first thing I'm going to do is I want to do 3 minus 7. So I'm going to change that to 3 plus the opposite of 7. So if they have same signs, I add and keep. If they have opposite signs, I subtract and keep the sign of the larger number. So in this case, 7 is the larger number. So my answer inside the absolute value is going to be 7. And I'm going to do 7 minus 3, which is going to give me 4. So the absolute value of -4 is what I'm looking for. That is going to be 4 units from 0. For number 4, again, I want to change this to addition of the opposite. So the opposite of -6 is +6. 14 plus 6 is 20. So the absolute value of 20 is 20. Next problem, we have -5 plus 5. So again, opposite sides we're going to subtract to keep the side of the bigger number. So 5 minus 5 is going to be 0. And the absolute value of 0 is going to be 0. 2 plus -3. So I can do this on a number line if I want to. I have 2. I'm adding on -3, which is going to leave me at -1. Sorry. The absolute value of -1 is going to be 1. Continuing on, -6 minus -8. Again, change it to addition of the opposite. So I'm going to take -6 and do 8 minus 6 because they have opposite signs, so I'm going to subtract them. So I get the absolute value of 2. Since 8 is the bigger number, so the absolute value of +2. Again, 2 is right here. It's 2 units away from 0. So there we go. Okay, for number 8, do -9 plus the opposite of 1. Bigger number here is negative, so my answer is going to be negative. I'm going to do 9 minus 1, so it's the absolute value of -8. So my answer is going to, when I take the absolute value of -8, it is going to be 8 because it is 8 units away from 0.